Hey everybody, I'm not sure how today is going to go with filming. Every time I open my phone it seems like something is different, but anyway, I think I got it figured out. So I got today a Juniper's percumbens nana. It is nursery stock. I've been growing it in this pot for I started at the beginning of the springtime this year, so not even a year yet. It's November now, so I did some cutting on it when I first got it. It's got a very flat profile to it. It's got a really sturdy trunk, but it's like straight up and down. So today what I'm going to try and do is to adjust things without killing the tree, because I'm going to do some very serious bends on it with wire, and usually when you do serious bends on something that's this sturdy, you would use something called raffia that comes from palm trees. It basically, you just wrap it around the branch and it keeps it from coming apart when you bend it too far. So I don't have any of that, so we'll see what I can do without it. I might not be able to do as dramatic of a bend as I want to, but we'll see. Hopefully I can do something pretty good with it. I am going to leave it in the pot this direction for now. I might tilt the pot to find out if I want to change the direction of the trunk, because having it just straight up and down is kind of boring. Just kind of takes your eye away from the rest of the beauty of the tree and it makes you focus on the trunk. So we'll see what we can do to fix that. I'm gonna grab a couple of rocks or blocks to stick under the pot, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got these two rocks. There's some cool rocks that I've collected over the years. Now I wanted to see if tilting it this direction will make it look better, or if tilting it this direction would make it look better. I don't know. I think if I'm going to do a dramatic cascade, this would probably be the best way to do it, because I can use this for the cascade branch, and then I can bend the more flexible branch up over here to have the apex of the tree right here, and have it cascading down that direction. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I was kind of considering bending this one up and turning it around to where it's like on top and having it more of like a formal upright tree, but I think I'm going to do another cascade with this one, and see where it goes. So I think on this one I'm just going to get to work and probably time lapse it, because this is probably going to take a little while to bend it, and I don't want to have a 2-hour long video like the last one that I didn't post. So we'll get to work. I might say a couple of things in between. I'll slow it down, say what I have to say, and then speed it back up, play some music, something like that. So enjoy. Alright, so with this wire here, I'm going to anchor it to this dead branch right here. I made that dead on purpose. I don't know if I like it a whole lot, the way it is, where it's at. Probably remedy that in the future, but I'm going to use it now to anchor the wire to it, so that I'm not damaging the live tissue to anchor this. Use a pair of pliers to make it sturdy and solid on there, so that I can bend this branch nicely. Should probably get a bigger pair of pliers out here. That's what I got right now. Okay, so I'm gonna bend it around the branch this way, because I want to bend this branch up in that direction. So you always want to have the wire coming out on the bottom in the direction of the bend. So that's the way I'm gonna go with it. So I'm going to cut it off right here. I don't need to go to the whole end of the branch. This is really flexible, so I can use a thinner piece of wire up there if I need to. Really, with a really thick wire like that, you just want to go as far as it takes to get the bend that you want. You don't want to go too far. For one, wire's kind of expensive, and two, you don't want to have too thick a wire on a flimsier part of the branch because it could damage the branch, and also it could, well, in damaging the branch, it could kill the branch. So you want to be careful of that. We're not trying to kill the branch, we're trying to wire it. So let's see if I can bend this up where I want it to. Alright, I'm going to get some smaller wire to wire the rest of this. Should have probably had the wire over here already, but no big deal. Get this off the bench. This is actually aluminum wire. It's not quite as sturdy as the copper wire, but its branches are flimsier, so I can use the aluminum wire on that. I'm going to just run the wire along the copper wire, keeping it uniform, make it look nicer. So that looks pretty good. I'm liking how this is going to be kind of keeping with the somewhat flat demeanor of the tree, keeping it kind of in the lines. I'm probably going to cut this off eventually down here or down here. I'm not sure on that yet, but making it look a little bit more full over here. I'm going to spread these branches out a little bit, take a couple of them off, and then I'll do some wiring down here, because this is the end of the branch here, but this is the longer piece of it. So I might twist it around this way to make this the end of the branch instead of this. Alright, so on these two branches, I'm doing the wire really loose because they're really small branches, and I don't want to clamp the foliage to the branch. I want to just kind of guide the branch in a general direction rather than just smashing everything. So I've done that before, where I wired it tight on a small branch like this, and it just kills the branch. So I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm not an expert yet, but I'm pretty sure this will work, just wiring it nice and loose and just kind of pushing it off to the side. Because this branch I do want in this position over here. So I'm going to move this branch over because I do think I still want to keep this branch, but I kind of want it to go in that direction instead. So I'm going to go this way with it. Something like that. Just kind of so it's out of the way. I may or may not keep that branch, but right now it's in a good spot to where I would like to thicken up this portion of the branch, so that branch could potentially be a sacrifice branch, which means that having the branch there, all the nutrients that the branch is bringing into the tree right here will thicken up the trunk. And then once the trunk is thick enough and I don't need that branch anymore, I can cut the branch off or turn it into deadwood. So we'll see how that goes. branches are wired, now I'll put them into place. I don't know if you've noticed, but I actually changed the greenhouse a little bit, put a different top on it, and fixed the back corner. I don't know if you can see that over there. I'll have to give you an after this tree, give you a little tour real quick. So this branch has a lot of foliage on the bottom and not a whole lot on the top. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to rotate the branch around so that the foliage that's on the bottom will be on the top. It's totally natural to be able to do that with the juniper trees. They do well with flipping stuff upside down. I don't think I'd recommend that with a deciduous tree or something that has leaves. You can kind of twist them, but they're upward. Generally, is pretty upward. These up and down is to be determined. So to start off with here, this does kind of look a little weird. I know that most bonsai trees have a triangular shape and a triangular shape. This potentially could have that type of shape. I'm not as big a fan of that shaping as making it look like really natural, like something that would happen in the forest. But I do want this branch, this is the end of the branch, so I want it to continue to grow, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it wrap around this way, and then I'm going to have it wrap back around this way, so that the top of the tree is actually going to be right in this area, with this being the top of the tree over here. So I need that to grow out some more. One thing about bonsai, you always gotta look into the future as to what you want the tree to look like, so you can plan now for what you want to do to make it look that way. So that's one thing I'm doing with this tree, is I'm gonna let this grow out. This will be another branch. It'll come over here. This branch will fill out this spot. This branch will fill out over here. This branch will grow and fill out in this area. I might twist it back around and fill out underneath there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this branch this direction to where this one is going down. I think I'm going to have this part of the branch right here. I'm going to have this part of the branch curve back that way so that it can grow out that way. And then this branch is going to kind of curve similar to the direction it is, but not quite that dramatic, and go kind of down this way. This branch, I'm not sure. I think I'll make it go up a little bit like this, to where it's kind of something like that. Not exactly, but something like that. So let's get started. Okay, so I decided to take the end of that branch off. I didn't like it so much. I like this a lot better. It looks more clean. This is the second styling of this tree, but the first actual wiring, first actual thought that's gone into it. So, excuse me. So at this stage, I want it to be very simple, so that I can see what the structure is, see what the structure that I want it to be, see where I want the main foliage pads to be. Eventually, each one of these little branches that's hanging off is going to be its own branch. It's going to be about yay big. Have its own pad. It's going to be like stair steps, kind of going up the branch. Also with this branch, also each one of these is going to be its own pad. Same all the way around the tree. So what I want to do now is I want to shorten these a little bit. I don't want to shorten them a ton because I still want them to thicken up. So right now they're pretty small, so I might not even shorten them. I might just trim them up a little bit, give them a little bit more space, cut out the ones that I don't want. So that's what I'll do now. Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for this tree. I really like how it's looking. And then when I put it back on the bench, I'll put this rock under it to keep it in this position, because when a tree is set in the position, it grows naturally in that position then. So eventually, once I get ready to repot it, I will actually tilt it in the pot to where it's sitting this way. And this tree probably won't be repotted again for, I don't know how fast it's going to grow. So maybe another year, maybe 2 years, depending on how fast it grows. Depending on how fast it recovers from this trimming. I didn't take off a whole lot. I mean, took off the end of that branch, took off a couple of small branches. So I didn't take off a whole lot. So it should recover really quickly from that. It is going into winter. So it should slow down its growth during the winter time. I am in Florida, so it's obviously, I'm still sweating right now. It's still a little warm in November, but it should cool down December, January, February, start to warm up in March. So yeah, it should have plenty of time to go dormant, and also plenty of time to recover from this also. So there's that, and give you a quick spin around of it. So hopefully you enjoyed that part of the video. I'm going to show you around the greenhouse really quick. I don't want to take up too much time because I don't know how long this video is going to be already. So show you around a little bit. Okay, so walking into the greenhouse here, I put up a different bench. I'm still using the wire barrels under it, but I separated them out, and we had some really long beams right here just sitting in the yard, so we spread them across the barrels and put the pallets on them, which they work really nicely for bench material. And then I brought in all of my tropical trees, and these are all my cuttings over here on this spot, but I brought in all the tropical trees and the succulents to keep them warm, because it has been getting a little cold out. It hasn't been super cold last couple of days, but I got a new tree. It's a black olive. I'll have to do some videos on that eventually once it starts getting bigger. I got my forest of ficus trees over here. Put them all together so they could stay warm. They're all looking really good. I did some work on those the other day, but I didn't film it. They're doing really good. And pepper plants I brought in so that they didn't die. Got a couple of decent sized peppers on them now. And then my aloe plants are over here. And the greenhouse isn't quite finished. It's still, the plastic is still in the process of being set up. I mean, it's kind of flopping over here, but I got a huge piece of plastic to put over the top and the sides of it, and then I used wood on the inside and the outside to like sandwich the plastic in there to hold it down secure. I am going to cut the windows out. There's a window here and a window over here. I'll cut those out and then tape it. The rest of the garden hasn't changed a whole lot. I just move the trees around quite often, but yeah, it's looking really good. Super excited about this because the temperature inside has been staying a lot warmer in here. So because it has been a lot warmer, I put up a fan to blow some air around, keep it evenly hot in here. Camera's like super close for some reason. Anyway, so that's this video. I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.